So Jess and I first met. I had a friend that on the 4th of July back in, I think it was 2007, wanted Jess to come to a party that I was also going to. So she asked Jess if she minded if somebody else picked her up because she had a friend that lived close. So I got a text from my friend. Her name is Caitlin Shire. She said, hey, I got a friend that lives right by you, neighborhood across the street. Could you pick her up?
And he came and picked me up because he lived close to me. And I got in the car with him and two of his friends, and they put me in the back with his friend Ian.
We had a friend that was single and was, looking for some love. So we're like, hey, we're picking up a girl, and it'll be fun. We'll sit you both in the back seat.
Hoping, that we got together.
So we picked her up, and we went to a fireworks show and a party on the 4th of July. And
we hung out that night, and we probably didn't talk.
Jess didn't say a word. She was really embarrassed, just her personality. And so...
And then I added him on Facebook the next day.
She said she randomly ran to my page, and it was fun getting to know me the night before, even though we didn't get to know each other at all.
I don't think we really talked that much after.
We conversed back and forth a few times, and I was pretty blunt about it and said, hey, it'd be fun if we hung out sometime.
But we hung out for the first time that December. So about 5-ish months later, we hung out for the first time. Which
our hanging out consisted of me coming over to her house, me meeting her big family. That included all of her brothers and her parents and whatnot. So it was pretty overwhelming just because she's got a big family. And, she had younger brothers. Chaz was in 1st grade at the time. Matt was in 8th. We couldn't use the bonus room because Matt was already using it with his girlfriend.
And then that's when we really started dating. And we pretty much hung out with Chaz about the first year. It was me, Tony, and Chaz constantly. And Chaz would entertain us because that's what he did when he was 7 or so years old, 6 or 7. So, yep, that was the beginning. It was me, Tony, and Chaz. He had to be able to handle my little brother and my other little brother. But, yeah, he passed that test.
So that was basically how we met and basically the beginning of our relationship that's now turning into a marriage.
Kind of the most memorable moment / our engagement, because of course that's what it is.
It was just an awesome day. It was the culmination of 6 years of us being together and sharing a lot of great memories, and many of those memories were shared in Assembly Hall down at IU. We're both avid IU basketball fans, huge Hoosier fans, got to see a lot of cool things in Assembly Hall. So it only made sense to me was if I was able to, I could propose in Assembly Hall. Didn't want to make it a big ordeal where I was doing it during a game or something like that. But thankfully, since I did broadcasting in school, I was able to make the right connections where I knew people that had keys to Assembly Hall. So I pretty much planned it about 2 months in advance.
For 2 months, told me about this interview we were going to do for Jeremy Gray because he's doing a great video about the greatest moments in Assembly Hall. And I was like, okay, whatever, you're friends with Jeremy. We were at the IU Kentucky game.
One of my good friends, Jeremy Gray, who had the keys to Assembly Hall, and just said, hey, here's my idea. I want to propose her in Assembly Hall, pretend like I'm interviewing her for some segment, and then basically drop to a knee and propose. So he said, his exact quote was, I love playing tricks on people, so I'm all in.
So I believed it because I'm gullible. And we drove down to Bloomington, and I was just sitting there normal. I was really nervous about the questions he was going to ask me because he told me to prepare for them. And there was one question.
And the last question I told her I was going to ask her was, all right, now turn around and think about something that would be better than when Christian Watford hit the shot in this spot.
And I was so stressed because I'm like, obviously nothing would beat the IU Kentucky last shot.
So I basically told her, your answer should be something like, hey, your brother Chaz Hines hits a game-winning shot on Assembly Hall's floor. That should be your answer. But, for the sake of the interview, make sure you just turn around so that, we appease the people that are telling us to do this, which obviously I'm creating this all in my head. And so she was really reluctant to answer that question. She did not want to do it. She's like, can we just ask him to scrap this? And I was like, no, we can't, because that's how I'm going to propose to you. But anyway, so she turned around. I told her, Christian Watford hit the shot right there. Go ahead and turn around and think of something better that would happen there.
And then that's when I turned around and he proposed, which obviously beat that. I just didn't think about that at the time.
She's in awe. She totally didn't expect it, and
I literally was speechless. I was choking, I think, and
the look on her face, I still remember it. It was just complete shock, and then joy, and then everything in between, tears streaming down her face. So much so that I'm not sure yet if she said yes or not.
People say I didn't say yes, but I squeaked it out. But all I could do was cry. It was just I was just so shocked because I thought we weren't gonna get engaged for probably this time, right now, is when I thought we were gonna get engaged. So I was just completely just shocked by it. So of course I cried and blah, blah, blah. And the guy there, took some pictures of us. And then of course we ran outside to call all of our friends and our best friends and stuff. But with our moms, we waited because they didn't know anything about it. So he had recorded the proposal. So we took it home. We're like, hey, watch this interview that we did today. And no one in our families was interested. They're like, why are we watching this 5-minute interview? This is really boring. And then when they got on one feet, Tony's sister screamed profanities probably. They were shocked. And then mom started crying and granddad was there and he probably teared up a little bit. But so it was really cool to show them because it was almost like they had the shock too because they weren't expecting it, because the only person that knew was my dad, and Tony's dad found out the day before because Tony had to hide the ring at their house. So, because we got a bottle of champagne, so Tony hid it at their house. So my dad knew and Tony's dad knew, but no one else knew. So yeah, I called everyone in our family besides our mom, so siblings, and pretty much we called everyone that we asked to be in our wedding party because they're our best friends. So we hopped in the car, we went to a nice lunch in Bloomington to kind of, I don't know, I was probably freaking out the whole time. I barely remember it, I think, but I know I got a salad to eat. But I was just going crazy. It was so much fun. And we actually went there for Valentine's Day when we went to IU, the same restaurant, Malibu Grill. So that was kind of cool.
That was our engagement day. That's by far and away the best memory I have to this date.
So for the future, I'm very excited. We already luckily have our house and we're all settled, and we have our 2 dogs that I begged Tony for somehow, convinced him to get 2 animals.
Really looking forward to just the rest of our lives, being together with somebody that I love so much. I mean, not everybody's, I guess, lucky enough to have that. So, getting down into minute details, just things that I'm looking forward to is starting a family with Jessica.
Of course, we're gonna have kids in a few handful of years, but it's exciting to look forward to that, making our own family and
coaching those kids. Jessica being up in the stands.
Luckily, basketball is my favorite sport to watch, so I'm there 100% to support him in coaching, and hopefully he moves up that ladder somewhere. And just watching him with my family and the way he's helped Chaz in basketball and coaching with him, it's just really cool to see. So the next 4 years will be fun with Tony coaching at Southport and Chaz being hopefully a varsity Southport basketball player very soon. Hopefully Tony's going to be able to be on that staff, and we'll get to have a family cheer block for Chaz and Tony and all that stuff together, and adding to Tony's 9 nieces and nephews on his side, and being one of the sisters, because they don't consider me that yet, but I think after the day they will.
I'm excited to be a part of a huge family that I already have felt like I've been a part of for years, but now it's official. I get to gain new brothers-in-law, and I get to gain all kinds of cousins and grandfathers and all that, which is just an awesome thing, because it's one thing to feel like a part of the family. It's another thing to actually be a part of the family, and that's what today is all about, and that's what I'm looking forward to most.
So, yeah, I'm going to cry.
I give you this ring as a symbol of my love and faithfulness to you. And Jessica. By the same token, you may place a ring on the finger of your groom and repeat after me. Tony, I give you this ring as a symbol of my love and faithfulness to you. Announce that Tony and Jessica are now husband and wife together. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
All the things you are to me, darling, you have set me free. I'll always give you what you need and what you deserve. All the joy and all this love, I know that it is from above. And now together there